Lixiviat 2025, I'm here with the Arson project. So how was the concert yesterday?
How long answer do you want? It was really special. We played with 4 guitar players, which of 3 we have never practiced with. Because it was like a last minute thing, and we had a lot of friends coming to join us on vocals and do guest parts and stuff. So and the crowd was a lot of fun, like really good, positive atmosphere, and like normally when we play in France, it's the best crowd in Europe, I think, really.
So the guests were Lopin, Zrehen,
and we had Nick, the organizer from Warfuck, and we had our new guitar player, Pipe from Horse Nation, Christopher from Gadget, Josh from LMDA, he's the only one who's here from that band. Then there was some people from the crowd that took the microphone too.
Since our guitarist couldn't make it, we got that info 2 weeks ago. We had like a meeting in my garden, me and Niklas and Oscar, the drummer, and to cancel was the last option on the list. How do we go to France without a guitarist, and how do we solve it? And then we started texting people that we knew, that we like spread out a couple of songs each, just divided the set list, and like, can you do these too? After my kid went to bed every night, I sat down and filmed all the riffs and like sending to different people. And then I realized I fucked up some notes somewhere, and then tried to get it going. And it shifted for me, at least, from being like 80% stressed and scared and 20% fun to like shifting to 80% fun and 20% not sure how it's gonna go. But it turned out really, really good, and the crowd were amazing. It was a bit more chaotic than we usually have it, with all the shifts and stuff and all the guests. But yeah, we had super fun. It was really nice to be back in France and to finally be able to play here. So really happy with it.
You released in 2023, God Bless. How did the release go? This album is full of anti-Christian statements, if I'm correct. What inspired you, the theme of this album?
It makes me so angry, and to see all the fucked up things going on. Some stuff gets better, but a lot of stuff gets worse. We have more information, it's easier to spread it, but it's like people are getting more stupid, getting more wars and all this stuff. We have the money to work it out, but we spend it on bullets instead of healthcare or schools or education. It's insane now. So for me it was like, yeah, God bless, but it's no.
From your
TAP is 20 years old this year. How do you manage to keep going and not kill each other or run out of riffs? Is there anything left to achieve at this point, or any dream you didn't manage to fulfill yet?
That's a good question. I only have been in the band for 10 years, so I'm the newest one. We based the band a lot about being close friends and doing things together. As long as we feel that is fun, I guess we will keep going. It's still like a desire to get better at what you do. Like, I think everything we have done is good, but we also believe that we can make it a bit better. We can write a bit better songs, we can play it a bit better, but it takes some time to make it as good as we want to. That's why we haven't released that much in 20 years, and it takes 7 years between albums because we work really slow. I also think that playing these kinds of shows, getting invited to people in France, everybody's super happy and super nice to see us. You don't really get tired of seeing your friends, I guess.
So we've been playing Lyon, I think four times now, and it's always nice to come back, and the same with many other places. And I want to go to places we haven't been, and I want to go back to many places and play with new bands, meet old friends. Like we have Tools of the Trade here, we haven't seen them for, I don't know, 10 years or even more. We played with them in Malaysia to travel around, meet people, have a good party. Like we play yesterday, but we stay until tomorrow evening just because it's nice here, you know. Yeah. For me, this is like the highlight of my life when we do this kind of stuff.
And how do you think the grindcore scene evolved? What's the new and what practices of grindcore style stop existing and what start, in your opinion?
I think everything is getting better. 15 years ago, there was also a lot of bands, but the musicianship and the precision in how people play and stuff has changed a lot. I think nowadays there are coming a lot of bands, but all the bands that are coming out today are good at playing. You can learn stuff from the internet in a way that you couldn't do 20 years ago. You can buy decent home recording stuff. You can learn stuff faster. You don't have to find out everything yourself. I believe that is a big factor in people getting better at playing, and I think that is a huge change. The lowest level of bands these days are a lot higher than 10 years ago, which I think is fantastic. Even their starting point is like 10 times better than any band we started when we were 18, 20 or something.
What I miss is like younger people coming to the scene in Sweden and many countries. We're not the youngest, but we're like always been almost the youngest. Like we began the band when we were 17 and we were like the kids, and after every year we're still like the youngest normally because everyone is older. I'm missing like the new recruits, or what do you call it? Because like when we play with some band and we're like, oh cool, these kids, and they are like 25. We had been playing almost 10 years when we were 25, so they're not so young. It's just us getting really old. In the beginning was like, if we can have a show, we just play, you know. Now we're a bit more picky what we do. We choose what we want to do, which bands we want to play with, and you know, we don't just take anything. Like back in the day, we did like 2 months touring and all this stuff. For me, the bands are more punks playing, and before it was more like metalheads playing grind. And for me, it's a nice thing. I have really hard stuff with this like porno grind stuff, and when it's just bullshit, I mean, it can be fun, but for me, it's ruining the scene a little bit. The heart has to be in the punk scene. It doesn't matter what type of music you play, but when it's punks playing, it's usually a lot better. Like. Yeah. I'm not a big metal fan, but if punks play metal, it's better than metalheads playing metal. And the same with if you play jazz or whatever. Like there's something in punk.
Well, thank you so much for the interview, and hope you enjoy the second day of the Lixiviat Festival.
We will.
I've bought like 8 Red Bulls, so let's go.
Yeah.